Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the very first episode of the Conjuring Countdown Show. Now, for those of you who may be asking, what is the Conjuring Countdown Show? Well, it's our brand new program, and every single week there's going to be either myself or another member of the Cemetery Creations crew counting either our top or our least favorite things about Halloween and horror. This week's episode is one of my favorite things to talk about, my favorite Halloween candy. So coming in at number 5, we have candy cigarettes. Now this may be a little bit of a controversial candy, but I will say that when growing up as a kid, this was something I loved to get, and I don't know why. I guess seeing my parents were smokers growing up, and you know, you try to emulate your parents, and this isn't necessarily the greatest thing to talk about, but candy cigarettes were a big deal. I remember growing up, they were starting to fade out, but they came in packages about this big with about 2 or 3 of them, and they had like superheroes on them, but they weren't labeled candy cigarettes. They were just candy sticks. And I absolutely love them. They still are being made today. There's a store in Maine called Yummies, I believe is the name, and they sell a big 12-pack of the candy cigarette cartons, and they all look like actual cigarette cartons. It's absolutely incredible. Coming in at number 4, we have Dots. Now, I'm not a big gummy fan, but for some reason growing up, Dots were something that I absolutely loved. They weren't too sweet, they weren't really too chewy, they were just a good overall candy treat. And I remember, you know, trading with my sister growing up, trick-or-treating. That was something I always liked. If she had a package of Dots, I traded her whatever I could to get the package of Dots. Coming in at number 3, we have Snickers. Now, this is a candy that could go either way. Full size, bite size, doesn't matter. Snickers bars are great. I didn't care for them necessarily like when I was really little, but as I got older, I definitely liked them more and more and more. Snickers just were a great treat, especially, you know, I'm a big peanut guy, and so having the crunchiness of the peanuts in there, were just absolutely great. Coming in at number 2, Kit Kats. Now, Kit Kats were a candy that I necessarily didn't care for growing up. I didn't mind them by any means, but my sister was a huge Kit Kat fan, and I was, well, I can't tell you yet because that's my number 1 pick, but she always loved Kit Kats, and growing up, I've loved them more and more and more, and, but I know this is trick-or-treat candy. I don't trick-or-treat anymore. I'm almost 25, but it was just a candy that still to this day, great. And at number 1, we have the original Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. Now, Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, to me, are the end-all, be-all of candy. I love Reese's. Now, here's the best part of this. I don't mean Reese's Pieces. Reese's Pieces are fine, and any other Reese's product are great. But to me, the number 1 candy is Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. And man, when you traded those, you had got to get a lot of candy for even 1 Reese's Peanut Butter Cup. I remember growing up, man, if I wanted a Reese's Peanut Butter Cup from my sister, I had to throw in at least about 6-8 pieces of candy just to make sure I could get that 1 Reese's Peanut Butter Cup. So thank you guys for watching this week's episode. Stay tuned next week for a brand new list. And remember, stay creepy.